Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of our Money Focus. Now, finance is something that controls our lives right from the beginning up until the end, and it can also be sometimes very daunting. This segment focuses on making that simpler for you to understand and taking you right from the journey in the beginning until the end. And in studio with us, we have Zander Loots, the financial planner at Alexforbes. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
Oh, good on you, man. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for the opportunity.
Now, introduce yourself for us. Tell us a little bit about who you are before we dive into everything finance.
Yeah. My name is Zander Loots. I'm a certified financial planner at Alexforbes. And we are based here in George offices, but we serve the whole garden route as well. And I'm very privileged to work with a dynamic team with me as well. So, yeah.
Great. And now, being part of an organization that's so world-renowned and, official in that space, such as Alexforbes, tell us a little bit about the world of financial planning and what is it that separates the organization from any other local brokerage in the area?
So, we are a advice-led business, and we focus on risk, or the areas we focus on risk, wealth planning, retirement planning, fiduciary services, and also healthcare as well. So, if we look at a financial planner and what separates us, if you look at any financial planner, it's actually just the tip of the iceberg. Now, if you can focus, and you see the story of an iceberg, you always see the top, but you never see what's below the bottom.
Yep.
Now, what below the bottom is, and I think that helps us and really separates us, is all our experts. We have actuaries, we have investment managers, we have tax specialists. We have all that just really helps us, teams that helps us with best advice and advice committees that helps us. So it's really important that we know that it's not just my face in front of clients, but we have this whole team supporting me, and that really helps us as well in that sense. I think what also gives us an edge is our advice is not just externally audited, but also internally audited. So I can't just say anything or anything to any client. We have a process of our advice being audited and letting us, keeping us on the straight and narrow, as you say. Also, things that help us is we are Alexforbes as a business is a national footprint. So, and we've seen recently the influx of people coming into the garden route, and it's quite important that we are there. We have the facilities here in George to service. A lot of the clients here are retirement or already on retirees, and we see a lot of influx into the market here, and we have the capabilities to obviously service them. And I think just the last thing that also sets apart, we work with approved partners. Example I can give is Mercer. They're our offshore partner, so they help us to facilitate where we need expertise in the offshore field and the offshore market as well.
Great. And something that you did mention is the very complex and vast world of finance. And it can be very daunting for an individual trying to decide, who do I go to? Who do I take my finances to? So what would you say are some of the key aspects to look out for when deciding which financial planner to join?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I think partnering with a good financial advisor has to have a good track record. Qualifications, experience in the industry, preferably a CFP distinction. And partnering with someone that works with Alexforbes, really know that we have already been vetted. So our employer has vetted us, all the checks and balances and everything has been ticked before we work for such a great company. And as I've mentioned before, like Iceberg, great team behind us. And I think that's an important part when you're looking for someone that can guide you in your finances.
Great. Something interesting that you mentioned is the CFP designation. Tell us a little bit about that and specifically also your qualifications in that field.
So Certified Planner or CFP is a designation given by the FPI or Financial Planning Institute of South Africa. Now, the qualifications I have as undergrad, I have my BCom in financial management, and I also have my postgrad in financial planning. After that, I was eligible to write the board exam or the professional competency exam, and by successfully completing that or passing that, I get the CFP designation and also allows me to become a Commissioner of Oaths. Now, a CFP designation is kind of like a gold standard designation of financial planners in the industry. 24 countries actually use that around the world, and it is very few practices actually in South Africa, very few planners has the designation behind the name. And it's good to know that Alexforbes, most of the planners have CFP designation or is studying towards that.
Okay, amazing. And you know, something that we also touched on a bit earlier is this very vast world of finance. But with everything going on in the world right now, we're reeling back from a global pandemic, we have global elections, we have instability in different countries. How do you then navigate the managing of client portfolios in such volatile environments and times?
I think for us as planners, it's very important to really manage clients' expectations. Now, and that's where the emotional side comes in.
Yep.
Now, clients have, when markets goes well, clients tend to feel good. When markets does bad, not too well. You know?
True.
So, and I think it's important to to navigate that with the client. Now, we as financial planners, we are just a sounding board for clients. And we're the experts in our field. So we kind of try to separate that emotions out of the equation and focus on facts, especially when times are tough, especially when there's wars going on or unplanned events that can actually impact clients' portfolios. And I think it's very, very important to understand that. Now, several studies has been found that when you're partnering with a financial planner, it actually has better long-term effects on your portfolio. Clients are less likely to make hasty decisions, especially when times are tough in the market, and tend to not withdraw or tend not to make switches when it's not the right time. Now, and I don't know if you can remember COVID, I think we all can, but when COVID happened and the markets were down with 30 odd +%, our advice was to do nothing. And clients sometimes have an expectation, but doing nothing is wrong. But sometimes it's actually very important by making an active decision not to do anything. Because not doing anything at the right time is actually doing something. And we saw that it really, really helped, and that we really created value for our clients by helping them through that times. And not doing something actually was the right decision thing to do. And that's just the things that we actually look for, and we really, really focus on when their times are tough, when economic times are down, and when clients' decisions, when clients' emotions are down with that. We try to keep a level playing field. And we also impact it, because I think the most important thing that people need to know, I myself as a planner, I invest my money alongside my clients' money. My retirement fund is in the same funds and exposure and market exposure to my clients. So when markets are down, we also feel it. Yep. And we're with them in that situation and in that scenarios as well.
I really like that, and it leads me into this next question about all the developing trends and changes, of course, technology. And we see how that's affecting every industry, but in particular with finance, with things like AI, robo-advisors, and all the changes software around financial planning. How do you think this competes, or rather complements, the traditional form of financial planning?
Yeah, I think things like robo-advice and AI has come such a long way. And it's such a important and quite interesting aspect. We live in a very interesting time with technology. Now, I think a great financial planner will actually use AI or elements like AI in their planning. If we use it in the right sense of helping with bulk transactions or certain types of platforms we're using with, or calculations, it actually frees up our time to have face-to-face interaction with clients. Now, in South Africa, when it comes to robo-advice, I think clients prefer more face-to-face interaction. People in South Africa trust people. And we've noticed that clients would rather prefer sitting face-to-face with someone they can actually trust than a computer system or any type of AI. But I think it's very important that us as planners embrace that, and a good financial planner will definitely use AI to their benefit and to make the client's experience at the end of the day a lot better. We also use technology on our platforms. We have AF Connect, we have Money Matters, we have certain retirement toolkits, and that all of that can be found on our website as well.
Okay, amazing. And now, so to close it up, if you were to reduce the advice into a single piece of, knowledge for someone who is interested in seeking a financial planner and getting better with their money, what would that advice be?
I think very important, you need to find someone that makes you feel comfortable, that really has your concerns on heart. And I also think not finding someone that just wants to upsell a product. That really, we are an advice-led business, and we don't sell, we give advice. And I think when looking for someone, that's what you want. That is someone that really can take your concerns at heart. In the good times, I think it's easy for me as a planner to sit in front of a client when the times are good. But when times are not so good, and I'm not talking just about market times, life events, because life events happen. There's a saying, life happens, and it does. So when you sit in front of a client that life happens, they got retrenched, you want a planner that helps them, what to do with a severance package, where to preserve money. You also want clients, if they're going through divorce, to support them and give them options and benefits and just advice on what to do. And also I think the tough one is when there's a death. Now, I want to just actually speak a little bit more about that, because when someone close to you dies, it's a very emotional time. And I think that's one of the times where you have to make some of the most and important decisions. Because while someone close to you has passed away, there's so many things you need to focus on the estate and where certain investments goes and life cover. And I think things that you're actually normally not used to think about or work with. And partnering with a financial planner can help you through that process. We can help you while you're at your weakest. We can help you in certain aspects of financial planning. Set up a good will for estate planning purposes, or just being there with the spouse, whoever is left behind, and just helping through that process and guiding them what will be the best for them and their future loved ones as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Zander.
Thank you so much.
So there you've heard it. Finance is something that makes up our whole lives. And the best decision that you can make is connecting with an organization and individuals that don't only care about you, but your loved ones as well. And Alexforbes is at the forefront of that. Catch us next time on Money Focus so that you can walk this journey with us from the beginning right up until the end.